アメリカの電気代、もう完全にバグってます。毎月の請求書を開くたびに、これ本当にうちの電気代と思うレベル、もうエアコンも使えない、そんな状況にまでなっています。今日はなぜここまで電気代が高くなってしまったのか、アメリカのリアルな声と一緒に見ていきます。
Duke Energy, you need to count your days, because why is the light bill going from $200 to $1,000? What is going on? Anybody else in North Carolina where their light bill has gone up to $1,000 or even more? Like, what are we doing? This weather is changing. We got to keep the heat on. Then it gets cold. Then it snows. Then it rains. Then it want to be sunny again. Like, am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one, because actually before my grandma passed away, her bill actually with Duke Energy was like $3 something, maybe $2 something, and went up to $1,000. And I'm like, what in the world we got plugged in? We got to start unplugging everything before we leave the house. Unplug the TV, unplug the refrigerator, unplug the deep freezers, unplug the microwave, stop turning the lights on during the daytime. Just use the lights, put the blinds up. I don't know, but
Are you wondering why your electric bill keeps going up no matter how much you try to save power? Here's what's really behind it. Electricity prices in the US have jumped to their highest level on record. And it's not just because you're using more, it's because everything that powers electricity has gotten more expensive. First, fuel costs. Natural gas, which generates a lot of US electricity, surged after 2021 and never fully came back down. Second, utility companies are spending billions upgrading old grids and investing in renewables, and those costs get passed on to you. Third, inflation. Labor, materials, and maintenance are all more expensive, and utilities don't eat those costs, they add them to your bill. So even if your usage hasn't changed, the system around it has. Until energy infrastructure becomes more efficient or competition expands, expect your bill to keep creeping higher. Follow me for more tips.
What is your electric bill and where do you live? We just received our electric bill and it is a whopping $1,140 with 46 cents. How is this possible? I work from home. I have 2 babies. I live in California. I live in San Fernando Valley. I do live in the hotter part of the valley. I try not to turn on the AC. I hold off as much as I can, but sometimes it gets too hot and I do have 2 babies here. Sometimes I just have a fan on when I'm sitting at my desk. I have a small fan. If the kids are in the room, I turn on the fan. I try to keep the house as cool as possible, but this summer heat, this is my first summer in this home. I'm in shock. I don't know how we're supposed to live. It's insane. Am I the only one with this insane bill? I mean, this is for water and power. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this electric bill. I mean, I've heard of $700 on our non-summer electric bill is about $600-700. So yeah.
I want to know how people are surviving, because if your electric bill looks anything like mine or close to it, I mean, mind you, I have a 2-family home, but it has 3 floors. My tenant does pay her own utilities. I am in charge of my floor and the basement, you can say. And this is what it came out to. It's usually like $400. You know, in the summer, it could probably be like $500 because of the central air. And I do have a pool. But this is crazy. I don't know how people are going to survive this. I live in New Jersey. I know that it's in other states also. But I live in a and it's not even the best town. I live in an expensive town. Rents here are astronomical. They're just insane. And being able to pay your rent and then you have to pay a bill that's this high, or even let's say in the 500s, how are people even doing it? How are people surviving? I just don't get how a governor, a mayor, anybody can really allow this to happen to your people who vote for you. Like, and I'm not even a political person at all, but this is crazy. I don't know how people are going to make it. They're going to be paying their rent and sitting in the dark, because who can afford this? I am so grateful that right now, because anything can change, we can afford to pay for this. But who's to say next month or the month after, if something happens, we can't afford that. We wouldn't be able to afford that. I don't know how people are doing it. People that have young kids, this is crazy. And they're just doing it. They're just sticking it up our asses, and we just have to figure it out. Like, we just literally have to figure it out. We've been figuring it out for many years, and it's just getting worse and worse.
I made a video that went viral talking about our electric bill last month because it was the highest it had ever been at $314. Well, guess what, folks? We have a new record for this month. I got an email telling me what my next electric bill is going to be. It's due in a couple weeks. $372.81. I just about choked when I saw that. I think our highest bill last summer was $250. So $372 is almost $400. In my mind, I'm thinking $400 for one bill, 1 month, one utility bill. That's crazy. Now we're supposed to be getting a new air conditioner tomorrow, and I'm really hoping that's going to help our bill go down. But honestly, I don't think it's going to make a difference because everything has gone up so much, including electricity. For some reason, my naive self didn't think utilities would go up when everything else went up. I don't know, for some reason I didn't think that that was all connected to food and interest rates and all those things. But apparently it is, and even utilities can go up with the economy. So, did anyone else have a record high electric bill for this month?
$750. That's how much our consumer bill was last month. And we tried some things to not have it be so high because the month before it was $600, and to be honest, on average it's $500, which is crazy. But we do have a pool and we have a camper that we were leaving plugged in because we had food in there, and the pump was running on the pool. So this month we were trying something completely different. We don't even have the air on and it's 85 degrees, but it's fine. It's not been intolerable. We emptied everything out of the refrigerator in the camper and unplugged it, and now we're only running the pump on the pool at night. And then we close up the house during the day, close all the curtains, and during nighttime we open everything up and open the windows. So I looked at the energy analyzer and it's saying that we are going to probably be around $315 a month, which is great. But I think that's nuts that I can't use my air conditioning. I don't know. I just think this is crazy. Has anyone else's consumer bill been that high this year or ever? And what other things do you do to keep your bill down? I'd love to know any other tips or tricks.
アメリカの電気代が高いのはただ浪費家が多いからという話ではありません。燃料代、老朽化したインフラの更新、再エネ投資、そしてインフレによる人件費や部材の高騰、いろんなツケが毎月の請求書に上乗せされている形です。その結果、普通に働いて普通に暮らしているだけの人が家賃と電気代のどちらを優先するか悩み、子供がいる家庭さえエアコンをつけるか迷う。これが今のアメリカの現実です。日本も他人事ではなく、気づいた時には同じ道をたどっているかもしれません。皆さんはこの電気代の問題どう感じましたか？コメントでぜひ教えてください。最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。